Hey, doing all right. Thanks for asking. A little glitchy, perhaps. I heard mile, just making sure I caught that right. But yeah, all systems go. How about yourself? Got okay. The Bower of Tools and your first okay, okay, which, if I'm reading that right, is kind of debut or first offering. That's kind of cool. So tell me more. What exactly is the Bower of Tools? Is it a project you're working on? A place? I'm genuinely curious. Okay, got it. Yep, still here. Sorry for the bit of a stumble earlier. Power goals, 15 minutes, got it. And to answer your question, what do I understand by the word goal? Hmm. To me, it's a destination, I guess. Not necessarily just a physical place, but a desired outcome, something you're actively working towards. It's kind of like setting a course, right? You know where you want to end up, and then you figure out the steps to get there. What do y'all? What does goal mean to you? That's a good question. I definitely don't think goals are just for great achievements. I mean, those are cool, sure, but it's kind of the small stuff that builds up, goals for daily life, like I'm gonna drink more water today, or I'm gonna spend 15 minutes reading. Those seem super important. They're the building blocks, right? It's kind of like you don't build a house with just a roof. You need all the little bits in between. Ooh, good one. I think there are a lot of reasons, honestly. Sometimes people set goals that are just too big, too ambitious right off the bat, like trying to run a marathon when you've never jogged before. It's just setting yourself up for disappointment. And then there's the whole life getting in the way thing. Unexpected stuff happens. But I think a big one is just losing sight of the why. If you don't really connect with the goal, if it's just something you think you should be doing, it's way easier to give up. What do you think? Oh, and hey, quick heads up, we're getting close to the 5 minute mark. The call will end soon. But you can always log back in and we can continue this conversation later if you'd like. Mm, that's a tricky one. I think secure. Sorry, did you say secure? I didn't quite catch that. Were you asking a question about security or?
Hey, great to have you here. What's on your mind today? That's a really good one. So I'd say without a clear goal, people often wander or struggle to stay motivated. Goals give direction, focus, and a sense of purpose. On the flip side, sometimes people do find unexpected paths, so it's not impossible, but it's definitely harder. Does that fit with what you were thinking? Oh, yeah, that's a powerful shift. When you write your goals down, it moves them from being just vague ideas in your head to something concrete. You make them more real, you get clarity, and often it creates a sense of accountability. Plus, when you see them in writing, you can track progress more easily. So it's like a mental commitment boost. Good catch. I said powerful shift because it really transforms the way you engage with your goals. Instead of them just floating around as abstract wishes, writing them down solidifies them. It activates your focus, your commitment, and your planning, which all boosts success. So that's why it's such a big deal. That's a really thoughtful question. I think the most important kind of goal is one that really aligns with your values and your long term fulfillment. So it's not just about career or money, it's about a goal that pushes you toward becoming the person you want to be. That's where the real importance lies. Exactly. So, one of the biggest obstacles is definitely self doubt when people don't believe they're capable. Then there's procrastination, a lack of clear planning, or sometimes even external factors like resources or support that hold them back. But once those barriers are recognized, people can start to work around them. Yeah, exactly. And once you recognize those obstacles, you can tackle them step by step, whether it's, of course. So, for example, let's say someone has a goal to get fit and run a 5K. If they don't write it down, they might just think, I should exercise more. But once they set a clear goal, like I will run 5K in 3 months, they can plan weekly progress, track each run, and adjust as needed. That clear vision keeps them moving forward step by step. That's a big one. Distractions really pull your focus away from what matters. Even small interruptions can break your momentum, and over time, that just slows down progress. So, staying mindful and creating a distraction free space really helps keep you on track. Yeah, that happens to everyone. One thing that really helps is reconnecting with your why, reminding yourself why that goal matters. Also, break it down into super small steps so it feels less overwhelming. And give yourself a little grace. Sometimes just pausing, resting, or doing a small win can reignite that spark. That's really beautiful to hear. It sounds like your faith is a huge anchor for you, and that's really powerful. Even so, if any moments of doubt do creep in, you can lean into that faith, take a breath, and just keep trusting the process. Great question. So, the first step is to get really specific. Define exactly what you want, set a timeline, and write it down. Once it's crystal clear, you can break it into smaller, actionable steps, and then just get started on that first step. Exactly. Consistency is like the bridge between goals and success. When you show up regularly, even if it's just small efforts, you build momentum. Over time, those small, consistent actions lead to big results. So it's really about showing up day after day. Ah, that's a really good point. Consistency is universal, but it looks different for everyone. Some people thrive on small daily habits, others need flexible routines. So the key is finding a consistent rhythm that works for your personality and life circumstances. Ah, sure. A classic universal example is a morning routine. For instance, waking up at the same time each day, doing a bit of exercise, reading, or journaling. These small, consistent actions stack up over time, and anyone, no matter their background, can adapt a form of that structure. Yeah, exactly. So, on a universal level, a morning routine builds discipline, focus, and a positive start to the day. Personally, though, how it impacts you depends on what you fill that routine with. For one person, it might spark creativity, for another, it might just bring calm. So, it's both universal in structure and personal in impact. I'd say be kind to yourself and start really small. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Just take one tiny step today and then celebrate that step. It all adds up and you'll build momentum from there. Ah, I love that. I think from today, I'd like to set a goal to be more consistent with my daily learning, maybe 30 minutes of reading or skill practice each day. That small habit will keep me growing steadily. Absolutely. I'd say keep anchoring yourself in small daily wins. Even if motivation dips, just trust that consistency compounds. I'd also encourage them to celebrate progress, no matter how small, and maybe build in some reflection time to see how far they've come. That keeps the momentum going. I'm You're very welcome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. If you ever want to revisit goals or just chat about something else, I'm here for you. Take care. Goodbye. Take care, and I wish you all the best with your goals. If you ever need to talk again, I'll be here.